Koh Tao is easily one of Thailand's most beautiful island paradises. Crystal clear waters, incredible snorkeling and diving, and a laid-back island life. But I've arrived at probably the worst possible time. It was a national holiday, so the island was packed. The weather had turned against me, and to top it all off, there was an alcohol ban for the entire weekend. So over the next 3 days, I wanted to answer one simple question. If everything goes wrong, is Koh Tao still worth visiting? Well, let's find out together. Okay, welcome to Koh Tao. The arrival process is always very chaotic here. All the ferries, all the speedboats, all the diving boats and fishing vessels have to use the same pier. So it is a very hectic, overwhelming arrival and sometimes a stressful departure. But we're here now. When you arrive off the ferry, you come into this building and you pay a 20 baht island fee, and then you can get a taxi or, a transfer to your hotel. This is my transfer here, and we're gonna wait for one more boat to arrive because I actually went on an earlier boat that was super fast and we overtook a few other speedboats. So I've got about another 10 or 15 minute wait. We'll pick up some more people and we'll drive to the other side of the island and check in. Many Thai islands create the same first impressions. It can feel really hectic, frantic, and look really ugly when you first arrive. And the reason for this is because when you disembark off your ferry or your speedboat, these ports are normally the same place where all of the food, all of the beers, all of the building supplies, even cars and concrete and sand and all sorts of things all have to arrive at the same place. And at Koh Tao, this is no different. All of the passengers, all of the supplies, all of the dive boats, snorkeling trips, all have to use this same pier in the mornings. And so if you do arrive to Koh Tao and it feels chaotic and you start to feel like this isn't the island escape I was planning, don't worry, the epicenter of chaos is here at the pier. And once you leave, things start to get a little bit more chilled out. And there's good news and bad news. This hotel is trying to look like a 5-star hotel, but it's priced at a 4-star hotel, but it kind of feels like a 2-star hotel sometimes. Firstly, I don't recommend that you book this room because it's really high up and far away from the beach, from the ocean, from breakfast. You had to walk up a really steep hill to get here. That's fine for me, but if I had kids, if I was a bit older, if I had an injury, there's no golf cart, there's no transport to the room. You have to literally walk up a steep hill. And you are rewarded for that with the view, which I'll share with you. But for me, that's just an annoying hassle. And there's no way to get down or back up unless I rent a motorbike. So thumbs down for that. Plus, because it's all the way up here, it's the last room to get cleaned. If you wanted to just check into your room, these rooms up here, they'll be the final rooms to get turned over, so you will have to wait till 2 o'clock to check in. There's a nice big double bed with loads of pillows, and it's nice and soft, very nice and soft and bouncy, which is good. But there's a basket of amenities, which is nice, and it's in a gold basket, and it all looks quite posh, which kind of gives it a 4-star feeling. But then behind me is the TV, and the TV is not a smart TV. It doesn't have Netflix or YouTube, and just the laziness of the way that they've plugged in the modem, with the way they've plugged in the cables on show, and they're just hanging. For me, as someone who stays in hotels for a living, basically, that is just so lazy. The bathroom is awful. So there's no natural light in here. And the tiles are all minging, and it's just a bit, it's rank. This is what you get in a 500 baht hotel room, but this is not 500 baht. This is a lot more. This is how much money I paid to stay here for 2 nights. It includes breakfast and a transfer to the pier and back. That was included. And it has a most amazing view, obviously. Let's end with that. So out here in the balcony is the view. And the balcony is nice and big. It's got an ashtray in case you're a smoker. And you've got loads of room to dry your clothes. And just the view is unbelievable. Got this gorgeous view overlooking Nang Yuang. All the diving boats are out there, the day trippers, people enjoying the beach. It's a terrible day. There's like a huge storm coming this way again. And, you know, the view is 10 out of 10. But, you know, if you just come over here and look over the edge, there's like a destroyed hotel room here. I don't know what went going on here. So that doesn't look very nice. And that's part of your view. So if you look over there, it's amazing. But if you look down here, it's like, what is going on? So that's kind of the moral of the story with this particular hotel. It's beautiful location. The staff are friendly. It's got good facilities and it looks nice if you point the camera in the certain direction. The rest of the hotel has some ups and downs. Let me quickly show you the other areas of the resort as well, just to kind of prove this point that it is really beautiful and looks incredible. But then, yeah, there's just a lot of wear and tear, unfortunately. And I think for $200 a night in the monsoon season, I'm struggling to think that it's good value. The swimming pool, lovely area, nice infinity pool, great views, thumbs up for the pool area. They've got this huge veranda where you can sit and have a drink, have a coffee, have a cocktail, and again, fantastic views. Then they've got this man-made jetty or a pier that sticks out from the rocks. And they've done their best to make it look really natural. You can tell it's all concrete and the steel and completely man-made, but it does blend in nicely with the rocks, and it acts as a place where the longtails can pick up their customers and the guests from the hotel and take them over to the island, which, by the way, is a shuttle service that you can book at the front desk. It costs 250 baht for a return journey to the island across the way. Beautiful place, and hopefully we can go there later, but as you can see, the waves are up, the wind's high, and it's looking quite dangerous and tricky for the customers to get on the boat. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that today. I might wait for better weather tomorrow. But yeah, great place to sort of take pictures and just stand and admire the waves and the nature and yeah, just beautiful scenes from this pier. Behind the pier there's a man-made beach with kayaks for rent, and it looks quite nice until you actually look closely. It's dirty, there's lots of plastic, broken and rusting tables and things like that, and this is man-made, so you'd think they would spend a bit more time and care, like taking care of it, but they don't. But if you appreciate these honest reviews, and none of these stays are ever paid or given to me for free, then make sure to subscribe and like the video. It's free and it supports travel content creators like myself who like to keep things impartial and as honest as possible. Anyway, there's a big storm coming, so let's batten down the hatches. Here it comes. The big storm's on the way. I do love traveling during the monsoon season. These storms are just beautiful and epic. I mean, they're not the best if you get caught on a boat or you're trying to sunbathe on the beach, but they never last that long. They blow in and they blow away. So while we wait for this storm to pass us by and we'll go out and explore more of the island, let me quickly give you some information about today's sponsor, Airolo, the best place to get your eSIM, and they've got a great discount for you today. If you've got a trip coming up, you're going to need an eSIM, and that's why you need to check out Airolo, the sponsor of today's video. And I've got a code for you. Yes, download Airolo today and get $3 off your first eSIM with my code PADDY3. I've been using Airolo now for years. There's no queuing up for SIM cards, there's no expensive roaming charges, everything is controlled and organized on your phone. They've got eSIMs in over 200 countries, but you could also get a regional SIM or the global eSIM from Airolo, and then the second you land, you just toggle it on. You're already connected, you've already downloaded it, and there's no roaming charges, there's no stress. Even at the airport, you're connected and ready to go. Using Airolo will mean you'll save time, money, and stress, and you'll be connected the second you land. So if you're going on any trip, download Airolo for free. Use that link, use that code right now. One of the reasons I chose to stay at that resort was because it was only walking distance down from Sari Beach. Sari Beach is home to the town, and it's the main hub for bars, restaurants, and just a hub of activity. Now, I've been coming to Koh Tao for over 12 years. It's the first island I ever came to. It's where I learned to scuba dive, and I have so many core memories and so many fond things to look back on. Every time I've ever been to Koh Tao, I've always had a fantastic time. And so coming down to Sari, I was really excited to sort of have loads of memories come flooding back. Sari is home to tattoo tattoo shops and countless diving schools. There's 7-Elevens, ATMs, there's banks, there's restaurants. It's the hub of nightlife. It's where the Koh Tao pub crawl is as well. So in the evenings, you'll always see loads of backpackers out here having a good time, having late night pancakes. But it's also a great place to come and find a beautiful spot on the beach and watch sunset. But because it was a national holiday, the island was packed and traffic was absolutely outrageous. Sari is a lot busier than I remember it to be. Holy crap, it looks like New Delhi. And obviously it'd been raining on and off for the past few days, and so it was all a bit grey, dull, wet, and very ugly. I didn't know it was a national holiday and a religious holiday. In Thailand, when it's a big Buddha day, within Buddhism, they actually ban the sale of alcohol. Now the reason is it shows respect to the temples and the monks and, you know, the Buddhist way of life by not allowing drunk people knocking around, and it's just one of the rules, and you get used to it when you live in Thailand, but it always creeps up on you and you never really know when it is until sometimes it's too late. But I was blissfully unaware at this point, so I was a bit worried. I thought, oh no, is everything shut? Is everything closed? What's going on? It wasn't until I got to the beach did I finally connect the dots. Ever so often, you make a big mistake. Good news and bad news. Good news is I found the beach. Sari is a lovely long stretch of sand and home to one of the most amazing places to watch sunset. Honestly, if you can have a cold beer whilst watching sunset, Sari Beach is one of the best places in the entire country of Thailand to do so. The bad news is, and if you've traveled Thailand long enough, you'll know this feeling. You arrive at a party destination, Koh Tao, guaranteed fun, parties, cabaret shows, pub crawls, beers at sunset, and then you realize, why is everything closed? And then you Google it, and it's the big Buddha day. Today and tomorrow, everything's shut, all the staff are off, the bars, my favorite sports club, and most of the nightclubs have just closed shop for the day. They're all renovating, they're all on holiday. So I don't think we're gonna be able to A, have a sunset beer, and B, there's gonna be no sunset anything because look at the weather. But I think there might be a way to kind of still have a cheeky drink at sunset. There's kind of like a way around it sometimes. Let me show you if I can find it. Yes, sometimes you can find establishments that will not give you a beer or a cocktail, but they will give you a special mug. Sometimes these mugs will contain carbonated drinks made of malt and barley. You might even find a place that does Coca-Cola. Now this can of Coke might look a little bit different to the normal ones, so I'll just let you use your imagination. Cheers. Anyway, let's wrap things up. There was no nightlife to speak of at all. So let's just pick things up in the morning, the following day. Morning. I would say good morning, but look at the weather. It is miserable. I woke up this morning trying to get the morning lights, the tail end of sunrise, but it was just dark and it was a big storm and it was just like, oh no. I checked my weather app and yeah, there is just a huge storm and loads of rain all over southern Thailand, not just in Koh Tao, it goes all the way over to the mainland, which means that the entire day is going to be a washout. Last night, after I had that Coke, right, I met these Kiwi guys. It was their first trip to Thailand, and I love hanging out with people who are in Thailand for the first time because they're just so wide-eyed and they have so many questions. And I was just opening their eyes, you know, to all sorts of things like where to go, what to do, and then they told me they hadn't eaten any Thai food because they were too scared because they thought they were going to get sick. So I found this like Isan place and I ordered lab and pakapao and pad see ew and somtam, and I asked for it extra spicy. And I just told them like, this is real Thai food, you know, and they loved it. Nearly blew their head off, but they loved it. And I'm supposed to meet them at 10 o'clock down there to take the shuttle to Koh Nuang Yuang. Is that how you call it? That island over there. Because I want to do something today. Today's my only full day here on the island. Yesterday I arrived early, but I spent most of the day waiting to check in and catching up on a bit of work. And then today the weather is going to be awful. So I'm just going to have to embrace the bad weather. Koh Tao is not the best place to be on a rainy day. There's no like waterfalls. There's no like indoor activities you can do. I mean, I could go get a massage, but that's not very interesting to watch. I could go to a cafe and use their Wi-Fi and do emails and editing, but that's not very interesting. I'm on Koh Tao. You would normally think, like, oh, Paddy, go scuba diving. But I've kind of gone off scuba diving actually. So I don't know what to do, guys. I mean, what do you do on a rainy day in Thailand on a tropical island with not much to do? And you can't drink because it's another Buddhist holiday today, 2 days in a row. So there's no parties, there's no nightlife, there's not much going on, and the weather is abysmal. Since the rain wasn't going anywhere, it was time to make a plan B. Like I said, Koh Tao's not the biggest island, so your options are quite limited on days like today. But because I've been travelling southern Thailand in monsoon season for the past few months, I've actually learnt a few important things. By the way, the breakfast buffet was a nightmare. There was a huge line because most of the tables are outside, and I had to wait nearly 20 minutes just to get my breakfast. So not the best start, the weather and the atmosphere. But like I said, don't worry, we're going to turn this around. I'm using the hotel's free shuttle to the pier, because if I get to the pier, I'll be on the other side of the island, because I've got a plan. Let it go. Okay, I've got a plan, all right? And I'm taking this plan from something I learned on Koh Tao. If you remember, I was recently on Koh Tao and it was beautiful. And the reason why I was able to enjoy a pristine beach with calm waters in the middle of monsoon was because the beach that I was on was facing on the opposite side of the island to the wind. So if you look behind me, you can see the winds are battering Sari Beach and, you know, where my hotel is, and this entire west face of the island is getting hit by these winds, and that's causing, you know, everyone to sort of question their day trips, cancelling the scuba diving, cancelling the snorkeling trip. You can't go over to the island over there. So let's go to the other side of the island because it should be sheltered from the winds. And so I've just negotiated a taxi from this main pier because it's a lot cheaper to get it from here than all the way back over to my hotel. And it's going to take me to a beach that I've never been to on the other side. It's called Tanote. It takes about 10 minutes to get to the other side of the island because Koh Tao is very small. And hopefully we'll find a secluded, beautiful little beach with calm waters. We can go snorkeling. We can, you know, pretend we're in paradise. So much better. Great idea, Paddy. There's still a bit of wind, but it's so calm on this side of the island, and it seems like a lot of people had the same idea, or this is where people are staying, because there are, I think, 3 resorts, one in the middle and one on each side. There's a nice little restaurant there called Poseidon, and you can rent snorkels from there. And they've got loads of strict rules when it comes to where you can snorkel. They've got this whole map that tells you where you can and where you can't enter. They've got these signs to tell you. And the reason is because the second you step into the water, you're immediately in the coral. And they don't want people standing on the corals and breaking them and damaging them. You've got dive boats there. You've got snorkeling trips, probably from Koh Phangan and Koh Samui over there because they've got 4 engines. Those normally come from the bigger islands with big groups of people. And because it is sheltered, not like the other side, you can do a lot of snorkeling here. So they'll leave soon, which will make it less busy because it looks like they're packing up ready to go. And the drive to get here was beautiful. Once you get on this other side of Koh Tao, which I've never been to before, it's very beautiful. you ever go to a different part of an island and think to yourself, I should have stayed here? I mean, there's pros and cons to this place. Obviously, this beach, much more beautiful, sheltered from the wind, but it is more remote. And if the wind was coming from this direction, then this would be the place to avoid. But when I was looking for a place to stay on Koh Tao, and you'll probably find this if you head to Booking or Agoda, loads of the hotels here have really bad reviews. It's quite rare to see anyone get anywhere near a 9 or a 9.2. They're normally around 7.5, and you know, if they're really good, they're like an 8.2, and it's just tricky to find, you know, a well-rated, new, clean, renovated hotel. I remember looking at this one thinking, oh, that looks good, but it doesn't have the best reviews. But just by looking around, the pool, the atmosphere, the rooms look amazing. Tenote Bay View Resorts. I should have stayed there. Another thing you can do when you're on Koh Tao, everybody comes here to do scuba diving, right? But you don't need to commit 3 or 4 days to do your open water and to get fully certified if you don't want to. One of the things you can do is just do a fun dive. There's a little dive school here called Calypso. It looks really chilled out. They've got a lovely cabin right on the beach here. And you can just try it. It's called Try Scuba, right? And you can do it with your family. And you don't have to do lessons. You don't need to sit down and learn about all the things that you have to learn if you want to get certified. They'll give you a quick rundown, a quick crash course. They'll give you a tank and you'll go out with an instructor and you'll just scuba dive around here. So you'll actually go underwater, you'll be breathing oxygen, you'll be feeling like you're scuba diving. You won't go very deep, but you'll still get to go out and scuba dive and take pictures with the GoPro and see the fish and see an octopus, or maybe see a black-tip reef shark or a turtle. And you can do that here on Koh Tao. Not just here, but anywhere. Just go to any dive school and say, I want to try scuba, or I want to do a fun dive. And then the next day or that afternoon, they'll take you out. And it'll be such a great memory. And this is a perfect place to do it, especially on a day like today, calm conditions, and everyone's looking for something to do on a rainy day. And when you're scuba diving, you're already wet. The second I went under the water and saw all the fish immediately over the beautiful corals, I remembered that this is the best thing you can do on Koh Tao. Getting into the water, becoming one with the marine life. This is what this island does best. I saw so many beautiful fish, these giant clams, this colourful pink fella, all different types of species of fish instantly appeared the second I went into the waters. It was amazing. You know, these little things here, they're colourful, and that giant grouper down there. I mean, you see all sorts of things. I'll try and get a better shot for the grouper for you. If I punch in, you can't really tell, but this thing is a huge fish. And I went down to say hello, and there he is. And he goes back under the rock to sort of hide. Then there was this huge ball of fish. There must have been hundreds and thousands of them all swimming together, and it was beautiful. There was a couple of Japanese snorkelers who had better equipment, proper flippers, weights, and they were really looking super cool, swimming through the fish and around the fish, taking videos. It was beautiful. And this is just off the beach. I didn't have to go far at all. I don't know if you can see this one fish in the middle there trying to swim. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he was sick or if he was confused, but I went to go say hello, see if he was okay. But I think just some of the fish get sick and they can't sort of figure out where they're going. But as you can see, swimming with all these fish, it's such a great thing, honestly. Anyway, after that beautiful day at the beach and snorkeling, I went back to the hotel, enjoy one last afternoon at the resort, and to sort of wrap up and conclude my feelings and emotions of coming back to Koh Tao. I think it's fair to say that we had a bit of a mixed experience on Koh Tao this time. In fact, the time that I came here previously, we had a bit of a mixed experience again as well. We had bad weather on the way here, we had bad weather when we went to go diving, which made my wife very sick, and it all kind of brought down the energy of the trip. But there were some really good parts of that trip as well. And I feel like I had a similar kind of experience here this time, Koh Tao is what you make of it, for sure, just like anywhere. And if the bad weather rolls in, you've got to try your best to just keep rolling and find other things to do. If you ask me, Koh Tao is 100% worth coming to. There are really overdeveloped, ugly parts of the island, but you could say that about even the most beautiful islands in Thailand. It's just your job to go and find the quieter bays, the, hidden gems. That's what they say on YouTube, right? Hidden gems. And there are plenty on Koh Tao. It's a real shame we didn't get to go over there, but the weather and the waves were just not permitting. Tomorrow, I'm going to be getting the early boat. So that Long Proya that you can see behind me, I'll be getting that early doors, the first boat off the island, back to the mainland to continue my tour of the south of Thailand. This tour was always about going to the undiscovered parts of Thailand, and Koh Tao is, it's an established, super popular part of southern Thailand. And I just wanted to come here to reminisce. I've had so many fantastic memories here, and I've got mixed emotions coming back, to be honest. Is it somewhere that I'll come back to? I won't rush to come back here, but if I'm in the area, I'll definitely come by. If you're keen on snorkeling, if you're keen to go scuba diving, then there's no better place to go. There are beautiful beaches, there's amazing sand here. You just need to have the weather on your side and come here on maybe not a national holiday and not a Buddhist holiday if you want to have a party. But if you're just looking for somewhere tropical and places to have a party but also places to relax, then Koh Tao's got everything you need. Anyway, I'm going to go back to the mainland, as I said, tomorrow morning. If you want to continue watching this southern road trip tour, you can click here to watch the next episode in the province of Chumpon. I'll see you next week.